The other time we was out here, I think this is here because of, I have to access.
No, not that far, because we've got to get to it. So you will be standing here?
I will be there.
Please, when you see Daddy again. And we should take a photo too. Let me get my camera.
You could even pull down your masks so she could see half of your face.
Look at it. Oh, you had a camera right?
Didn't your husband take it? Oh. I can take it if you want.
Oh, there you go. What is this? I'm gonna send it.
Yeah, that's great.
Okay. Yes.
That was last night.
She hasn't told me otherwise.
She's never.
Obviously, I'll fill in for her if she's not here, but I didn't see her.
Better she told you to say we love you, I love you, and
Yes, we already saw her. I asked her to sit down there instead of on the dais because we're crowded enough.
I've seen the pictures recently when they did their last thing.
oh, I love seeing.
All right, there's someone in the waiting room, but I'm gonna wait on her
Okay.
for another couple
2
minutes.
minutes. Yeah. Okay.
It's funny, I never noticed it. Maybe it comes from behind the screen.
Jamie does it a
The
lot.
annual checkups for the kids.
And what's that for?
And now they have a closer place.
It looks like we're pretty well set, though.
Yeah, it does.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe just in a couple minutes.
Yeah.
It's quite a show.
No, it's not as bad.
Thank God the audience outnumbers the text.
You know, the risk of kidnapping.
We've been getting good at
Well, wait till there's 2 people, then they can chat with each other.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it gets up to 70, 75, and then you almost always have 40 plus people.
Oh, I'll rename Florence's iPhone piano.
Okay.
Not paying you, we just bought an apartment in the city. I can't afford your rent. I'm so happy.
Not money-wise.
And you know what?
Well,
Because of the
well,
seeds,
actually, I think we've actually been doing
you
pretty
know,
well
our
on
staff
that
is
front too,
continuing to work,
considering.
and that's what you want. You don't want to be dependent on us.
But yeah, we'll never be rolling in debt.
You know, who's fighting the cows?
Well, it's either going to be Judy or Dad.
Julie, have you ever tried to do any of those jobs in the Great Hall? The chancel tech or the sound or anything?
What?
Have you ever tried doing any of those jobs in the Great Hall?
No. Chancellor Tech, no.
It'll be on the script.
I was thinking I could about learning it, but I think if I was gonna learn another one, I should learn Zoom 1 first.
Oh, yeah.
I've done Zoom 2 so much that I think it wouldn't be that big a leap to learn Zoom 1.
Yeah. If you ever want to like come to my house while I'm doing it, we can watch while I do
Oh,
it.
thanks. Yeah, maybe in a few weeks.
Yeah, I don't have any more ones that I'm doing in March, but
Okay,
next
me
one I
neither.
sign up for, I'll let you know.
Yeah,
And then he'll be saying the opening word.
yeah, I'm maybe in April.
I
Yeah.
invite everyone to stand. So
Oh, yeah,
look at
that
this.
doesn't say that yet.
I know, this is the script, that's the
Yeah.
order of the act.
Okay.
So Rich, turn these pages. So this will be right here, he'll be doing the opening words. And then you'll come up and say, I invite everyone to stand. And you also say the first, will remain, you know, this whole thing.
And then read the challenge.
And then read it with everybody.
Okay. Well, we'll see when Judy comes which part she wants to do.
Okay. Well, why don't you do this part since I explained it?
Okay, all right. I will do
Okay.
that.
All
All
right.
right.
That way I don't have to explain it to her. All right.
Keep it simple.
Shall I let these people in?
Yes.
Okay.
Julie, I forgot what we figured out last time. If you go mute all, does that mute the co-hosts and people that we don't actually want to mute
If we
too?
mute all, I forgot to verify
Hmm,
that, but I think that we should not mute all.
I agree. I think we'll just ask people to mute when it's time, and then you can go and check and manually
Right.
mute people if
Right.
necessary.
It's usually not a problem. I think part of the welcome is for people to mute, but
Yeah,
if they don't, yeah,
okay. I'll start the slides in about a minute or two.
okay.
There's not very many of them.
Only 9:54.
Yeah, maybe I'll wait. I'll wait till like 3 minutes of.
Yeah. Whatever you think.
Good morning. Welcome to our service from the Unitarian Society of Northampton and Florence. I'm Rich West, and I'm the coordinator of the USNF Haiti Support Group. Other group members, Daphne Stevens and Judy Hyde, will be assisting today. It is wonderful to see you here this morning in the Great Hall and online. Thank you to everyone who is helping make this service happen this morning. If you are new or returning after a time away, we're very glad you're here. Feel free to fill out a blue welcome card, which you can put in the offering plate later in the service. There is also an online version that you'll find through the link in the chat. We'll put you on our mailing list so you can receive information about all of our activities. We strive to be a congregation that welcomes people of all ages, races, religious beliefs, backgrounds, sexual orientations, gender identities, and abilities. We belong to the Unitarian Universalist Association of Congregations, and we are guided and inspired by its values and principles. Our values and principles move us to remember that we in Northampton inhabit unceded land of the Pecumtuck and Nipmuc peoples. They remind us to acknowledge our responsibility to face the legacies of dispossession and They remind us to get language lessons. They remind us to acknowledge our responsibility to face the legacies of dispossession and systemic racism that are part of our collective history, even as we also affirm and celebrate the legacies that inspire us. If you are on Zoom, we ask that you please keep your videos off except during the greeting. And if you're in the Great Hall, thank you for wearing a mask. Our annual stewardship campaign is ending. Thank you to all who responded so generously. If you've delayed, please return your pledge of financial support now. Today is good. Volunteers start calling this evening. Please answer our call and let us know we can count on your gift. In the coming days, our trustees start calculating if we can fulfill our commitments to staff and fully fund our programs, outreach, and other responsibilities. Every gift matters. Thank you. Our speaker today, Dr. Marianne Lofrumento, is a pediatrician who has practiced until recently in Morristown, New Jersey, and now in New York City. In 2010, in response to the earthquake that year, she co-founded Hands Up for Haiti, an organization of volunteer doctors and nurses who train and provide healthcare to Haitians. The USNF's Haiti Support Group organized soon after to assist in the work of USNF doctors Matt Kane and Ann Marks, who traveled to Haiti once a year on their own expense to help the people there. Matt and Ann have since founded an organization in Uganda based on the Hands Up for Haiti model. Over the last dozen years, you of the USNF have sent tens of thousands of dollars to Haiti via Hands Up for Haiti and another nonprofit we support there, Sonia Aidi, as well as provided other support. Later this morning, Marianne will tell us how Haiti has fared during the COVID crisis and the recent violence that has terrorized the country. Now we will begin our service. These are the words of Mother Teresa. Love cannot remain by itself. It has no meaning. Love has to be put into action, and that action is service. It is not how much we do, but how much love we put in the doing. A lifelong sharing of love with others.
I invite everyone to rise in body and spirit for our chalice lighting. We'll remain standing for the first hymn, number 125, From the Crush of Wealth and Power. We light this chalice as a beacon of hope, a sign of our quest for truth and meaning. We light our chalice as a beacon of love, in celebration of the life we share together. I'd like to read from our book today called Haiti Is. It's written by Cindy Similian Johnson and illustrated by Paulo Velez. Wherever I go, people ask me, "Where are you from?" I tell them my family is from Haiti. "What is Haiti like?" they ask. I think about the very first time I visited Haiti when I was a child, and then I tell them. Haiti is the red-orange sun and pale blue skies, mountains beyond mountains, emerald blue lakes and white waterfalls. Haiti is mountaintop castles and clay houses on hilltops, painted in sea green and turquoise blue, coral pink and sunny yellow. Haiti is boys and girls in blue and pink uniforms, children playing hide and seek, the sounds of joy and laughter. Haiti is cathedral bells ringing and churchgoers dressed in white singing hymns. Haiti is the morning wake-up calls of the rooster, whispered secrets carried by the wind, and the perfect rhythm and beat of zouk and compa. Haiti is women and men at the market, selling mangoes and papayas, fresh bread and roasted peanut candies, griot and pickles. Haiti is the hibiscus flower Mama wears in her hair, the strong black coffee Papa drinks in the morning. Haiti is Grandpa whistling through the gap of his front teeth and red dust rising from Grandma's broom. Haiti is the very hot sun, its kiss and embrace, in a rainstorm that starts and stops in the blink of an eye. And that is Haiti Is by Cindy Similian Johnson. Thank you.
In singing hymn 134, Our World is One World.
You can do that too.
Okay. Now it's time for us to greet one another. Those of you in the Great Hall, please wave facing our cameras in the back. If you're on Zoom, you're invited to turn on your videos, wave and say hello in the chat. It's helpful to switch to gallery view. Anyone online or here in person who is new or newish and would like to say hello, tell us where you're from. Welcome, folks at home. I see Georgia, Amy, who else is online today? Molly.
It's coming on the screen, there's the right one.
Okay.
We'll just have to stop them at some point.
Yeah, I know. It has been good to see everyone. Please remember to turn off your videos at home. Now it's time for anyone going to religious education activities to leave us. Please join in singing them out. We'll now hear the Social Justice Minute from Janet Clark.
Hello. I'm Janet Clark, a member of the Climate Action Group, CAG, and this is the Social Justice Minute, which reminds us that our faith calls us powerfully to action on social justice and the environment.
No, I
So
just,
we might have an image up.
all right,
It's a
so
painting of many,
let's
many
put this in there
birds
too.
and
And
just a
we'll
wild
ask
landscape.
him,
And it calls for these words written about 1380 by
maybe
Chaucer:
it's from one of my classes,
earth and
or
air and tree and every lake so full was,
somebody riding in
that
our
hardly was
car.
there space
But
for
it
me to
was in,
stand.
it was on your
So
Joseph.
full was all the place.
Dresser.
Where did you
Hold
find that?
that lush vision of life, your
That
home.
it was lying
and
around
breathe.
on,
We have changed that world. It is estimated that 50% of today's
in the
birds,
back.
fish, and animals will be
In
gone
the
by
car.
2050. We know the mining and burning of coal, oil, and gas causes extreme weather and habitat loss. As signatories at the Paris Climate Accords have affirmed, nations need to stop investing in these industries. Now, recent numbers reveal that many big banks still invest heavily in coal, oil, and gas. If you bank or use a credit card from Chase, Citibank, Wells Fargo, or Bank of America, your carbon footprint may be double what you think it is. And these banks are protecting investments in fossil fuel extraction so that carbon in the ground won't become stranded and lose value. I expect you are all personally doing much to help, driving less, eating greener, turning down the thermostat. Here is a way to cut your carbon load in half and do it fast and make it count. We invite you to move your money out of dirty banks and into one of the many solid local community engaged banks available to you. This broad-based initiative will work if we join others and engage our banks and community leaders in the strong strategy to reverse the climate crisis. Members of CAG will be in the parlor after this service to share a list of better options and answer questions. You on Zoom can see helpful links in the chat. Put your money where your heart is. and what we do matters. See you at the rise of service in the Polar.
Changing of the guard.
Hi. There is so much going on in Haiti. It is a nightmare for all the people who are there. And I have a dear friend there who started the school that we are helping to raise money for. That is an amazing school when most Haitians, as you will hear, aren't even educated. The school is Sonia at Haiti, and my friend's name is Gabby. Here are a few statistics about Haiti's plight. Haiti is the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere and 168th in wealth out of 187 countries. The gross national income per capita is $1,730. The average GNI for Caribbean, Latin America, developing countries is 8 times that. 2 out of 3 Haitians in the labor force do not have formal jobs. 3 in 5 Haitians live on less than $2 a day. 1 in 4 lives in extreme poverty on less than $1.25 a day. 50% of Haitian children do not attend school. Approximately 30% of those who do attend will not make it until the 3rd grade. 60% will abandon school before the 5th grade. 2 in 5 Haitians cannot read. The average literacy rate for Latin America and Caribbean developing countries is 92%. In Haiti, 1 in 20 babies dies at birth. That is 4 times the average for other Caribbean, Latin American developing countries. Of those who survive birth, 1 in 12 will die before the age of 5. Thank you.
These are the words of Martin Luther King Jr. I choose to identify with the underprivileged. I choose to give my life for the hungry. I choose to give my life for those who have been left out of the sunlight of opportunity. This is the way I'm going. If it means suffering, I'm going that way. If it means dying, I'm going that way, because I heard a voice saying to me, do something for others. Please keep these words in mind as we take a moment for silent meditation.
put the stage up just for us. Elaine demanded it.
Oh, yeah, that's right. There's a sense in which, can you hear us?
Just for Zoom. For show.
This is a song about making a choice together. This is the sound of one voice, one spirit, one voice. The sound of one who makes a choice. This is the sound of one voice. This is the sound of one voice. This is the sound of voices too. The sound of me singing with you, helping each other to make it through. This is the sound of voices too. This is the sound of voices too. This is the sound of voices three, singing together in harmony, surrendering to the mystery. This is the sound of voices three. This is the sound of voices three. This is the sound of all of us, singing with love and the will to trust. Leave the rest behind, it will turn to dust. This is the sound of all of us. This is the sound of all of us. Ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. This is the sound of one voice, one people, one voice, a song for every one of us. This is the sound of one voice. This is the sound of one voice.
It was so lovely. The poem that I'm about to read, Tomorrow's Toussaint, refers to François-Dominique Toussaint Louverture, who was a Haitian who was very instrumental in the Haitian Revolution at the beginning of the 19th century, or the late, it began at the end of the 1790s, but it went on for some time after that. This is Haiti, a state slaves snatched from surprised masters, home of this world's sole successful slave revolt. Haiti, where freedom has flowered and flown, fascinating, like long-necked flamingos,
gracefully feeding on snails in small pinkish sunset-colored sequestered ponds. Despite the meanness and meagerness of life, eked out of eroding soil and from exploited urban toil, there is still so much beauty here in this land, where the sea sings roaring ashore and fecund fertile hills lull and roll quasi-human in form. There is beauty here in the unyielding way our people, colored charcoal and banana beige, in shifting subtle shades of ripe mango or strongly brown bat black, sweet as the suck from sun-scorched staffs of sugarcane, have decided we shall survive, we will live on, and we shall be released. For what slaves have done, slaves can do, and that begets the beauty slaves can do.
Good morning. Say bonjour. It's so wonderful to be back here. It's been too long. And I just want to thank especially the Unitarian Society of Northampton and Florence, and especially to Richard West, who extended the invitation to return to speak to you about Haiti, give you an update, and to once again thank you for all your continued support throughout the years, which, as you will hear, is so appreciated and needed. So I was last here in 2018. I was supposed to return in the spring of 2020. Something happened to prevent that. And I'm just so happy that now we were able to be together on Zoom, which I don't think even existed in our minds back then, and now has become a part of our lives. So much has happened to all of us, to our country, to the people of Haiti, and quite frankly, the world. Sometimes it feels like the earth has shifted on its axis, and it's only been a short time. But there's no shortage of disasters around the world, as we know. The recent natural disasters like the earthquake in Turkey and Syria, the man-made disasters such as the war in Ukraine. I could pick any spot in the world and we know that there is suffering and unrest and people in need. COVID changed all of our lives. And excuse me, it's easy to feel overwhelmed sometimes by the degree of need and overwhelming disasters in the world. It's hard to carry hope with you every day. And yet, it is what sustains us. And for me, this is the reason to continue the work that we're doing. So I want to talk a little bit about earthquakes, because I think they define the story of how we got there and how we're working and what's happened to us. So earthquakes are defined by the violent shaking of the earth. There are seismic shifts. There's all kinds of geologic reasons for this. But we all know that it's more than that. It causes tremendous amount of destruction, loss of lives, and things change. The earth shifts, and it's never the same again after an earthquake has been there. But earthquakes come in many different ways. And it was an earthquake that first brought me to Haiti in 2010, when over 300,000 people lost their lives and 1 million people were displaced. And because a friend asked me, I went on a mission that was supposed to be a one-time mission. As pediatricians, we were sent to the north of Haiti because they said, we don't need you down in Port-au-Prince where the destruction is. We need you to take care of all the children who are being sent up north with relatives, and also their parents. Many have lost parents. So we went to the north, and for 10 days we worked very hard in multiple places to bring what we felt was emergency care to the people and to the children. So for me, about the last day, when we were in the worst slum, in the worst neighborhood of Cap-Haïtien, which is in the north, second largest city in Haiti. And I'm holding the hand of a child who is barely clothed, has no shoes, who's clearly malnourished, who has been playing in a sewage-filled area, pigs rolling around in the same area. Clearly, multiple children surrounding us. And something happened inside of me, which I described as my personal earthquake. Something shifted. Something said, I don't care how many of these images you see on TV, when you see this in person, when you hold the hand of a child like that, something changes. And I said, we have to do something. I cannot stay in the suburban, luxury of my private practice and just not ignore what's happening in the rest of the world. So my colleagues and I decided to form Hands Up for Haiti then and there. And we decided that we would be back. And we came back. And for now 13 years, we have been working and establishing our work in the north of Haiti. And things were going very well. We were bringing groups of medical students and residents, as well as professionals, nurses, doctors, to Haiti 5-6 times a year. We were bringing medical supplies. In the process, we were training the Haitian medical staff in whatever education we could bring that they were not able to get. They were willing to learn, willing to work. They didn't have the tools. We brought ultrasound machines, we brought incubators, we helped them with oxygen-giving equipment for neonates. We helped train traditional birth attendants to do safe births and resuscitate infants afterwards. We did continual care with malnutrition. We brought ophthalmologists who saved vision on people who were blind with glaucoma and cataracts. We saved hundreds of elderly from strokes with our hypertension program. We were treating women for cervical cancer. We were running prenatal and pediatric clinics. And we were going out to distant, remote communities to deliver care because people would not be able to get it anywhere else. And things were going very well. And then, all of a sudden, in 2020, COVID hit. Now, COVID hit us harder than it hit Haiti. It never really took hold in Haiti because I think we stopped traveling there and we didn't bring it there. They did have it, but it didn't seem to affect them the same way. In fact, our staff was hearing about New York and New Jersey and people dying, and they were calling us and saying, are you okay? We suddenly were the ones who were in need. So we got past COVID, and yet suddenly, in July of 2021, the president of Haiti was assassinated in his home. His wife was shot. She did recover. To this day, we still do not know the full extent. There have been arrests made. It seems to be that there were some Haitian Americans involved. They were Colombian mercenaries. But this set off an unfortunate chain of events, which includes, to this day, the political void has left the gangs, the rival gangs, trying to take over and really almost running the country, but holding their own people hostage. And it's a horrible tragedy because right now there doesn't seem to be an answer to that. So for me, that's another earthquake. It's an earthquake that hit and disrupted everything and changed the way we operate, because now we had to shift to a different way to help our people. So we could no longer travel safely to Haiti, and we still cannot to this day. Many, many, many organizations left. They just left. They abandoned. Some of them were well-meaning, I guess, religious groups that, just decided that, they could not go back, so they didn't want to come anymore. There were a lot of organizations that folded, but we did not. We said, okay, we have to shift. We had already transitioned from an emergency operation, going there and bringing our things and, trying to, be the heroes and the heroines of the situation. We had shifted from the emergency response to a training and education response. Heal, teach, support were our words. And now we had to shift again. But because we had planted the seeds with our staff, because we had trained our Haitian medical colleagues, because we had formed partnerships with the hospitals that were still in operation, and with other organizations that are aligned with us who stayed, we were able to shift again and to provide the care in a different way. Haitian run, Haitian led. Now, what were they facing at this time? Well, Cap Haitian had there was unrest, there were some political, little demonstrations that disrupted things. Schools were closed for months. Not for COVID, but for the fact that there was an extreme gasoline shortage. Now, a fuel shortage to us is, well, we're going to have some trouble getting to the pump. Maybe there'll be a line. Maybe the prices will go up. But in Haiti, they literally stopped getting fuel deliveries to the country. And at one point, the gangs had taken over the main refinery down in Port-au-Prince. So what ripple effect did this have? Tremendous. First of all, the price of gasoline became $30 a gallon. You've just heard how much the Haitians will make in a day, right? And now people could not get to work. Children could not get to school. But not only that, food could not get delivered to the areas from where it was being produced. And also it was being brought in from the Dominican Republic. Well, if you can't run your trucks, you can't bring the food in. Water could not be cleaned and filtered because they didn't have power to run the plants that do the filtering and bottle the water for the Haitians. Then the water could not be delivered, again, because the trucks couldn't run. For over a year, we were terrified. Our own staff could not get water, food for their families, even though we were providing them with an income. There was nothing to buy. There was nothing to get. Ironically, those areas that were most remote, and I'll mention Bodmalimbe because that's the village that you all supported, that we went for years to help support, that we're still connected with. We connected them with a medical clinic who took over our clinic, still providing care there. But I checked on them recently because we still have our contacts there. I don't know if you remember the goats. Remember the goats? Well, those goats multiplied like crazy. And when I was going to come back in 2020, I think I had like pictures and films of the goats. They just multiplied and multiplied. Well, that whole community now has milk, has the goats. They also were planters, they're fishermen, and they had their little gardens. And they have actually had more food because they have had it in a sustained way. I wonder, talk about climate change and the effects, it's gradually eroding the beach area in front of the school and the clinic. Trees have come down, the seawalls that were protecting, and gradually with each storm, unfortunately, I noticed that the beach was getting closer and closer to the homes. And I pray that it will not be overwhelmed by some storm someday. But the people there, forever grateful for that project, and we hope that they're doing well. I miss them. I miss being there. I love looking at my pictures and videos from there. They're so resilient, the Haitians. They were grateful for our support. They miss us. And for a series of complicated reasons, we couldn't go there anymore. Excuse me. So we shifted. We had to decrease the number of programs we were doing. We decided to focus on our 5 locations in and around the north, which serve very, very poor populations. populations that were living in the slums and the shanties, populations that don't have access to fishing, that don't have access to gardens. And we started some community gardens for them so that they could start planting. The school that you also help support, the SEMA School of Hope, run by Sonia Haiti and Gabrielle Vincent Orel. She is amazing, not only in producing this amazing school that we used to provide all the services for and see the children once a year, but also she's partnered with the agriculture department and the food growers, people who tell the farmers how to do their best to produce the peanuts and other food that the farmers grow. And she has now brought that to her community in Limonade. So you see how you get started with one thing and you end up doing another. And now food is very important to us for our people. And we've partnered with a few organizations that are now providing food for our families in these communities. So we serve, it's probably, maybe 50,000 people or more in these 5 locations. We have something called Mobile Sante, which are similar to the teams that we created when we were going with our American and US, Canadian groups. We were going to these villages and setting up in churches and schools. Well, now our Haitian staff does that. They go once a month to all of the clinics to just run their, to see everyone. But we also have a weekly and every other week in some areas, malnutrition programs. We never stopped providing the Medica Mamba, the Plumpy Nut, the nutritional supplements to the children, despite everything. We never stopped supplying it. Now, how did we do that? Well, if you had asked me, I would not have known how to come up with a solution. But guess what? Our staff, they knew what to do. Our staff was so resilient, so creative. They found a way to get fuel. They would go in the middle of the night when they knew there was going to be a delivery. They would go and make friends, do whatever they needed to do to be able to get supplies. So we had enough to provide. We had a little van and we could pick up people along the way because people couldn't pay even to take a moto to get to our clinic, like the nurses and the doctors to work there. So we were able to get our staff there. We have community health workers who we train that live in every village who not only identify all the people in need, the children who are malnourished, a mother who is pregnant, an elderly person who needs services, and they know that they will come on this day to our clinic when we're there. Crucial, because many people can't travel. So if you can walk to the church, if you can walk to the school, we can see you. And we were able to, they were able to get medicines from the Dominican Republic and make these little trips and get the medicines in. We could not even send supplies. We were able to get one shipment through in the last 2 years, one shipment. And that was with great difficulty by partnering with another organization that was able to bring. So it was up to the Haitians, and somehow they found a way. We decided to concentrate on our prenatal clinics and treat the mothers who were pregnant and make sure that they had everything that they needed, including a safe birth plan. But what do you do with the babies when they're born? We can't not take care of them. You heard the statistics. Maternal mortality rate is extremely high. It's about 1 in 50 mothers will die in childbirth. Well, unfortunately, and we were planning and we created a Well Baby Clinic, and it was going to be run by my colleague, who was a very, very dear friend of mine, who we took all of those trips together. He was another pediatrician in Morristown, New Jersey area, 49 years old, and November 2020 suffered a heart attack and died in the middle of the night. It was a devastating blow to our organization, to me personally. Things shift again. Earthquakes come in many different forms. His family, his practice, his patients rallied. And we created, in his honor, the Kairam Clinique for Well Babies. And we now see all the babies, not just the ones born in our prenatal, for up to 1 year. They're seen every month in the beginning and every other month to make sure that they are gaining weight, that they don't become malnourished, that their mothers learn breastfeeding techniques. And we have not had a single baby, 120 in the last year, not a single child has been admitted to our malnutrition program who has gone through that. They've been vaccinated and they have been cared for, and they get counseling. So their mothers deliver safely. We take care of their babies. And then they're seen routinely during these mobile Sante clinics. We have a pediatrician on staff now, a Haitian doctor. We have the Haitian nurses, and the work continues. We had to cut out some of our programs, like our eye program for now is temporarily halted because we can't go to do the surgeries. And hopefully the doctors that were trained by our teams are continuing. The hypertension program continues, and what's fabulous is most of those are, their medicines are delivered to them in a 3-month allotment, and then they're checked now every other month instead of every month. And those are older people. We've tried to prevent strokes because it's hypertension in Haiti is very, very severe. We have continued to dig wells. We just dug our 16th well, which provides clean water for over 5,000 to 6,000 residents in one community. So we have now dug 16 wells providing clean water. This was the only source of water for our community during the when they could not get water brought in. And their cholera had started up again because people were now going to dirty water again. But our communities that we served in our slice of Haiti had what they needed. So we have continued to support. We have continued to try to provide what we can. We here supply the funds. If we can't fundraise, we can't help them. But the Haitians are doing it themselves, and isn't that what we wanted all along? I miss going terribly. I miss bringing groups down. I miss seeing the people who I love, who live there and work for us. I've missed, babies have been born and I only get to see them on Zoom, babies of our staff. And we love them and we care about them, and we will not abandon them. I cannot look at them and say one more organization is going to leave you. We employ over 50 people, and that money also helps feed all their families. We are well respected in Haiti, in Cap Haitian. We work with the Haitian Ministry of Health. We are partnered with multiple organizations because you cannot get this work done. We are a small nonprofit. We could not get the work done that we do without the help of partnering with other organizations. So we're not walking away. I think that they have inspired us. And I asked the question, how do you keep your feet on the ground when the earth is shifting? You do that by keeping that hope going. I have not given up on Haiti. It's a mess, yes. It's if you look at the media just says a disaster. People come up to me all the time. Why do you still go there? Is anything going to help Haiti? It's never going to get better. Why do you still do this? And I say, there are a lot of things in the world. There's a lot of need in the world. There's a lot of disasters in the world. We have chosen this as our place to help. It is a small part of the country. But I'd say to them, what are you doing? Where are you supporting? Find a place in the world that you want to help, even in your own neighborhood. Do something, act. This is where we have chosen. And we are so appreciative of all of the support and help that members of this community have given us, because you have not given up on us either. We're not giving up, and we hope that you will continue the support that you can provide, but not just in funds, but also just that support. Inviting me back today was incredibly meaningful because my husband and I have become very fond of the community and of the town, and we love the welcoming spirit, and all the words and songs that were spoken and sung today are so inspiring and really fit with how we believe in the world. But there are many earthquakes, and there's many ways that life can be disrupted. We don't know what the future holds. I cannot say that Haiti is going to get better soon. It may not. But we can continue to support, and as long as the Haitian people, remember, this is a long history. It would take another whole hour or more to explain the geopolitical history of how the only nation in the world to ever become free of slavery from their own people, the only slave revolt that was ever successful within a country, but they paid a price for it. That price has been handed down now to generations. But the people we care for, they don't care about that. They need food, they need water, they need health care, they need to send their children to school. And thankfully, schools have been open now since November, including the SEMA school, where hundreds of children attend. If we do not educate people, there's no hope for the future. But if we don't feed them and give them clean water, we can't even have them survive to be able to even be with their families. Within me, there is hope. I have not given up on Haiti or its people, and I will continue to provide support. I hope I can go back. Maybe when I come back next time to speak to you, if I'm invited, I'll be able to give you a personal update on what's been happening, not just through Zoom, which also has been a lifesaver for us connecting with our teams there. But I thank you very, very much. Merci en pile, which means thank you very much in Creole, and merci beaucoup. You know, it's either French or Creole. Neither one of mine is very good, but I do know a few words. But thank you very much.
Our generosity makes everything we do possible, and it helps us support organizations and movements in the greater community. All of the proceeds of this week's offering will be given to Hands Up for Haiti to support its important work. You can mail in a check, donate online, or put your contribution in one of the plates that the ushers will pass. The offering will now be given and gratefully received. Singing of hymn number 149, Lift Every Voice and Sing. Before we close our service, I would like to invite any and all of you into the parlor afterwards if you'd like to talk one-on-one with Dr. Lo Frumento. Also, if you like today's story for children, we have copies of Haiti Is by donation to Hands Up for Haiti. Our closing words are from Barack Obama. And I'm going to find them because they were cut off on Jan's version.
Here we go.
Okay, great. Change will not come if we wait for some other person or some other time. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the change that we seek. Go in peace.